Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
Hi, I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
You make an effort, don't we, Dave?
Collectively, we are the Office Blokes, and Office Bloke Mike in the middle is going to tell you about our Patreon page.
Have a look at patreon.com and put in Office Blokes React.
Michael in the middle.
And if you want to support our channel, loads of people have done already, which has been absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for the support. Go down there, check it out.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And Office Bloke Daz on Instagram is going to tell you about our two other channels.
Cheers, Office Bloke Dave on Instagram.
That's okay, no problem.
We have Office Blokes Try, where we try loads of different things from around the world. And coming soon on there, the Death Nut Challenge. It's where Mike sucks on Dave's nut.
Oh, come on.
Oh, for goodness sake.
The hot spicy nut.
Yeah, the hot nut.
We've got to be good for 90 days.
And we've got Office Blokes Podcast, where we talk shit for a bit.
Yep, good stuff. And head over to Facebook, type in The Office Blokes, give us a like and a follow and a tickle and all the good stuff. Right, so the top 10 worst prisons in the United States.
Imagine some of these are pretty
grim.
I used to work right next door to one. If you looked out the window, you could see it. And it was called Railway Prison in New Jersey.
Right.
People from New Jersey might know Railway Prison. You used to have a driving centre right next door where you take your test. You're driving around the car park and doing a little test for the learners and stuff.
Are they watching you out the
next
window?
door's the prison. Literally right next door.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a naughty prison as well.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's grade A. Or whatever you call it, grade 1, grade A.
Naughty guys in there,
We say grade A over here, don't we?
Yeah, I think it's like max, super max, things like that in America, isn't it?
But it's killers and things like that in there.
Bad people.
Yeah.
I've watched so many programs about American prisons over the years. There seems to be there's been loads of them made. Even Trevor McDonald at one point was going over to American prisons.
Piers Morgan did one, didn't he? Did like a life stories type thing with prisoners.
Piers Morgan.
People on like death row.
Louis Theroux has done loads. So I've watched tons of things about American prisons. It's such an interesting topic.
It's really interesting, actually. Yeah.
So we'll get into it. The top 10 worst prisons in the United States.
That picture there, the weather must be different on this side of the building than it is on the other.
I know.
That must be
on one side to the other.
It must be north facing on this side on the right, mustn't it? Or moss and all sorts of crap all
All right,
over.
Christopher Wren.
Let's do it.
What is going on, everyone? Who wants to know about the worst
It's this guy again. Love this guy, don't we?
Yeah.
places to be a dumb criminal? I know I do. All of us do stupid things on a daily basis. Some of us do extremely stupid things that lead to prison sentences. The United States has more incarcerated citizens than any other country in the world, followed by China, Brazil, and Russia. At least that's what's believed. Other countries may have more, but their calculations may be a little less accurate than ours. The country with the least amount of citizens in jail is San Marino, with 3. That's right, they've only got 3 dudes in jail right now. San Marino's right here. It is an enclaved microstate inside Italy. See, it's surrounded by Italy. I don't know, but really, should you be a country if most of the citizens know the entire prison population by their first name? That doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, the United States has a bunch of prisons to choose from, and that's what today's list is all about, the worst prisons. So here's my top 10 worst prisons in the United States. Number 10, the United States Penitentiary, Marion, Illinois. This U.S. penitentiary was the nation's highest security prison for about 15 years. Opening in 1963, some of the first guests were transfers from Alcatraz, which was closing down the same year. Serious violence forced this place into a long-term lockdown, and it's one of the only 2 facilities in the nation that has a communications management unit. This is where you send people that don't need unchecked communication to the rest of the world. They have a bunch of terrorists, obviously, you don't want them talking to their people, and mafia types like John Gotti, the types that you don't want talking to their shady associates. They also had Pete Rose in there. I guess they didn't want him to place any more bets on anyone. That one was weird.
Is John Gotti still alive?
I'm not sure.
No
Pete
idea.
Rose was the baseball player.
Right.
How was he?
Yeah, who got done for corruption. I think it was match fixing basically.
Right.
So he was saying about betting there, weren't he? So I'm assuming that's what it was about.
Yeah, fair enough.
Number 9. Men's Central Jail in Twin Towers Correctional Facility, Los Angeles, California. This is where you end up if you make some really bad choices in Los Angeles. This place is always overcrowded. According to investigative reports, beatings are frequent, with guards often standing by as inmates are assaulted by other inmates. Isn't that nice? It's like a big party. Most celebrities that have ever been arrested in Los Angeles passed through this building, including Paris Hilton, O.J. Simpson, and of course from the Jackass series, Steve-O. Number 8. Attica Correctional Facility, Attica, New York. This notorious...
That looks like Camelot down the road.
What, the theme park?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Sure.
From what I remember when I lived there, Attica had a bad reputation. But we've got a history of prison things over. Remember the riots?
Strange
Ways. Yeah, it's pretty bad, wasn't it?
Strange Ways still a prison?
Yeah. There's there was a band called the Attica 7 or something.
I don't know.
And I feel like they were named after something to do with this prison.
Okay.
But I'd have to verify that. Maybe people can let us know in the comment section on that one.
Facility often houses inmates who are removed from other facilities because they don't play well with others. This barbed wire resort hosts many of the most dangerous criminals in the world. It is more famous for its 1971 riot that led to the deaths of 39 people, including 10 civilians. One officer actually died at the hands of rioting convicts in the riot's early stages. The rest died by gunfire when state troopers and other retired officers retook the prison. Past and present guests include David Berkowitz, who was the son of Sam serial killer, Mark David Chapman, the D-bag who killed John Lennon, and Colin Ferguson. If you don't know who he is, he's just weird. This dude shot up a subway train in the mid-90s and decided to defend himself in court. He tried to actually call then-President Bill Clinton and, of course, Hall of Fame quarterback John Elway. Guy was just nuts.
Wow. Some people just want the moment in the limelight. You know, they represent themselves and try and put their rhetoric across. That's what that was it Anders Breivik, that
Norwegian guy.
Norwegian one. That's what he did, didn't he? 'Cause he had like
he was a fucking fruitcake.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people like that are just...
Number 7. Polunsky, Livingston, Texas. Are you looking for some alone time? Do you really want to live off the grid? This all-solitary unit houses inmates under some of the most strict death row conditions. Convicts get a whole bunch of alone time in their single cells. 22 hours a day to be exact. Many of the inmates have been reported to suffer from various psychological disorders. I mean, other disorders than what they had when they did whatever they did to land themselves here. They're going crazy in these cells.
You've got to have done some serious shit to end up there.
Yeah, it's a bad place, that, isn't it? Are you all
Number
solitary?
7, mate.
Wow.
It's not even top 5.
Not even top 5, yeah. They're going to be grim.
You've got to have done some proper shit to go 22 hours a day solitary, permanent.
That is bad, isn't it? Really bad.
I think a lot of them, like in the prisons, they have the solitary, I can't remember what they call it, the shoe, maybe? Something like that they call it, and it's like the solitary
you in prison soon now, we're just fresh out of jail.
Yeah. Funnily enough, there's a YouTube channel called Fresh Out that I used to watch quite a lot. A big guy called Big Herc that had just got out of prison, and he was talking about all this stuff. But a lot of them, like the high security ones, it's 23 hours a day in the cell.
Yeah.
And they get 1 hour that
it's staggered.
Grim, that,
it's staggered as well.
Yeah.
So whether you're not out with all the other inmates, or
yeah.
you're out
a lot of them go out from their cell into a cage on their own for an hour a day. That's it.
You've got the proper Hannibal Lecter style, haven't you? Kind of shit. That's what that is, isn't it? That's that level.
Number 6. Idaho Correctional Center, Kuna, Idaho. With its combination of gang violence and severe understaffing, Idaho Correctional Center has been labeled as a gladiator school. According to a 2010 lawsuit, the violence is condoned and even promoted by prison staff. Ooh, sounds fun. This is the type of place you don't want to escape from. Sure, it's bad inside, but let's say you do get outside the wall, you're in Idaho. This is the land of NRA card-carrying members and retired cops that are perfectly willing to join an old-school posse to hunt you down in the Idaho outback. Number 5. Holman Correctional Facility, Escambia County, Alabama. With its frequent stabbings and violent attacks between prisoners, this prison has earned names like the Slaughterhouse and the House of Pain. Some years back, they discovered Viagra had been smuggled into Holman. Yeah, no thanks. When you read headlines like that, it makes you want to change your plans about knocking off a Piggly Wiggly down the road. And for those of you on the West Coast, a Piggly Wiggly is a supermarket chain in the South, for the most part. Yeah, there's no reason to have Viagra in prison. That's scary. Stabbings and beatings, that's bad. But when you got a bunch of men locked up and there's Viagra floating around, it's not good. Number 4, Louisiana State Penitentiary, Angola, Louisiana. The Louisiana State Penitentiary is known as the Alcatraz of the South. Also, it's known as the Farm. This is the largest maximum security prison in the country, with an inmate population of 5,000. The facility is known for its widespread violence and inmate abuse. Whatever bad thing you can imagine happening in prison, it'll happen in Angola. There's a reason documentaries and movies have been made about this place. It's known for its lack of sunlight in the cells and stifling heat in the summers. It's not a pleasant place to be. But the good news is you have about 5,000 friends to hang out with and, get to know each other and enjoy your time.
Smuggle some Viagra.
Number 3, Pelican Bay State Prison, Crescent City, California. Let's say you make one of the biggest errors in judgment in California and you get caught. And trust me, it's hard to lead the pack in judgment errors in California. There's a lot of competition out there. In the Golden State, if you're one of the biggest violent mistake makers, you end up in Pelican Bay.
Wow.
I know it sounds like a brand of rum, but Pelican Bay is in fact a prison. It is a prison ravaged by gang activities. Many assaults here are aimed towards staff and even prosecutors. They don't just stop at the people around them. They go after the people that may have had something to do with putting them there. It's weird.
I wouldn't mind just some stats, like how he's come to the conclusion that these are worse than each other and
What's
stuff.
the criteria for putting them in that particular order?
Yeah, because
true.
all of them is kind of going, look at this place, this is horrible, this is scary. And it's like, I'm sure they all are, though.
That Louisiana State Penitentiary one, though, is quite well known, isn't it?
Right.
Like you say, I can't remember what movies have been done about it, but I've heard of that a lot.
Yeah. Was that the one with 5,000 inmates?
Yeah.
That is 5,000.
It's crazy, isn't it?
See,
one place.
Some of these prisons are huge. That one there, like a fucking baseball field, see it?
Yeah, it's massive, wasn't it?
Number 2, Rikers Island, Queens, New York. As one of the country's most famous correctional facilities, Rikers Island has a reputation for all kinds of violence between prisoners and towards guards. One famous incident back in the mid-2000s, the guards actually watched an inmate be assaulted and did nothing. They just kind of watched it and enjoyed it. That always gives you that warm and fuzzy feeling when the people getting paid to maintain order decide to take a breather and let things work themselves out. Famous inmates include Tupac Shakur, Plexico Burress, Lil Wayne, and was always a landing place for people on The Sopranos. And number 1, San Quentin State Prison, Northern California. Sitting on some real estate worth hundreds of millions, I'm sure.
That's where Johnny Cash played, isn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. And then Metallica did as well, didn't they?
Of course, that's where I've heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
On the shores of the San Francisco Bay, you have San Quentin. This place hosts the largest death row population in the United States. This prison always seems to be in the news. Growing up in California, it seemed like every single week something terrible happened at San Quentin. This is the final destination for a lot of its guests. Charles Manson and Scott Peterson, who killed his wife, all served time here. Alright, so that's my top 10 worst prisons in the United States. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Don't forget to hit the links below. Give me a...
Yeah, he needs to hit us with a few stats with that one.
Agree.
More info, maybe. Yeah.
Because, like I say, any prison is going to be a big, scary, horrible place.
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
all going to be grim, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think when he said the Louisiana one where it's stifling heat throughout the summer and everyone's just cooped up, that's a recipe for disaster, isn't it?
Yeah, if you've got like 2-3 to a cell, which probably a lot of them have as well, haven't they? So, not good.
You can't go sending gingers there.
I know some people have been in some jails over here, and they tell me it's a piece of cake. It's like holiday camps. But I also know someone who did a lot of time for something bad, and he said it was the worst part of his life. He'd never do anything wrong again to end up in prison.
Yeah.
He does not want to go back. He was in strange ways.
Really?
We've just done time in YouTube jail. Does that count?
Terrible.
It wasn't nice, was it?
Yeah.
No, it depends on the disposition of the person.
Make sure you
it?
don't pick up the soap again. That's what I say tonight. Now when you drop it,
just leave it.
Just leave it. Kick it to the side.
Yeah. Just water. That's all you need.
I've got really dexterous toes, so I can pick up the soap with my toes. Got monkey feet.
I was wondering what you're going to say. You did with them then with your toes, but
it depends on the person. I've known a couple of people that have...
Depends your state of mind, I suppose, doesn't it?
But the people I've known that have been there have been pretty lively people anyway, so they wouldn't be concerned with... Yeah. But still, I mean, best avoided anywhere, isn't it, really?
I would have thought so, if you can. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, hope you guys like that too. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell. Catch you guys on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.